Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Love You Show. My name is Ashley, and this is my co host, Andrew, where we teach you the fundamentals about self care, self love, and self acceptance. And this is our third episode of our mini series. I can never say that word, but you get it. And Andrew is going to be talking about.
Well, you know, the first two episodes of this new series that we're doing within the Love You Show, which is on Ashley's transformation. First of all, we talked about the elements involved in her making the decision in her health and where she was at the age of 26, weighing 400 pounds, coming off a win of major like Project Runway, and how depressed and sad she was. And then the last episode we talked about willpower. And so this time,
Sorry, that's Blazer's toy.
yeah.
You gave it to him.
I know because he kept going back and forth.
This episode, I'd really like to just let the audience know what made you finally decide the train is leaving this station. We're not coming back. I have to do this. Was it being in the hospital? Was that the wake up call? The other thing that I think we really need to look at in our lives is how much compensation goes on, so that meaning that I can't do this in my life, and I can't do this in my life, and now I can't do this in my life, and now this is my life, but I forget that I've compensated for that. That's in the past, and this is my new life. Getting on a plane, going into a restaurant, looking everywhere you go to see how big the chairs are, if they can support you. All of the negative feedback when people would make fun of you. So there had to be a point where you said, fuck it, I'm done. I got to do this.
Well, in the last episode, I had mentioned how much in my life I had allowed my weight to compromise my life and a lot of things that I didn't know that I was doing, like checking out the seats when I go to a restaurant. Like, I didn't know that I was already thinking of these things because there was such a habit that I had to explain to you what my thinking process of is when I go on a plane and when I go to a restaurant, when I go in a car, when I walk into a room full of people. Like, these are my habits of my thinking, and how if I started to lose the weight that is such a problem to me, that maybe my head will start to clear up with all of these things that I've created a habit in. But I think just realizing that I was fed up, I was so depressed, I was crying, and I was like, I'm not doing anything right now. I need to do something about this. And I thought,
which is really ironic from somebody that has the ability to do anything.
yeah.
And you've proven that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Continue.
I just thought I needed a willpower, like we talked about in the last episode. And looking at the surgery and talking to people and learning about how it helped them, I really wanted something that was just going to take everything away from me. Everything. My ability to eat. I actually enjoyed learning about everything that was going to be taken away from me, because I felt like I was relearning how to train my body, how to eat the right way, and that I had did this to myself, so I needed to get myself out of this situation. Like, I want everything taken away from me, and
meaning your ability to make choices.
yeah.
So the weight loss actual surgery really does do that at the beginning.
Yes.
It limits your choices like the other, as compared to the other ones.
I think both of them in the beginning really limit you of your options, but I think gastric bypass makes those limits for much longer time. So for about a year or two, you're very limited to your selections of things that you can consume. Not only because your body can't consume it, but because you need the proper things to consume, because your stomach is so small that you have to make the right decision. Because there's only a limited amount of space, you need the things that are most important to you, and the things that are not important to you come secondary to eating. So I think just realizing that the way you look at things, the portion size are no longer the same. The way you pick up things to put in your mouth is not the same portions. Everything changes. The way you chew, the way you taste things, the way you drink water, all of that changes. And I didn't know that until going into surgery. So going into it and seeing everything, it was like, wow, this is kind of a wake-up call for me.
Yeah, and when you talk, Ashley, this is how I'm picturing it, is that you chose that surgery because what that surgery did was limited your choices.
Yes.
So when you think about a structure, you can come out of that surgery and go, okay, I won't choose that anymore because I can't physically choose it, right? But then that's going to go away. So I've got to be able to address how I'm going to make those choices after that goes away.
Yeah.
And that, my dear, is the intention of this series.
Yep.
Is that we're going to give you the tools to begin to think about why you're making the choices before the surgery that we don't want you to make after the surgery. When that structure, which limits your choices, starts to go away. And you have to start making the choices on your own, right?
Yep.
So we're looking forward to that. This is the third one of the how did we make that decision. When we come back next week, we'll start to go a little deeper in it.
Yeah. So thank you for watching this series. Hey, I got it right. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll catch you next week on our next episode. So thank you again for watching the Love You Show, and have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye-bye.